Uh, all right. Hi, everyone. Wesley here, and welcome to the first video of my Solid series with C Sharp. So, before we have a step back to talk about object orientation programming, and now I think it's good to do this step back before we continue to talk about design patterns. And we are going to talk about solid. And the first principle of solid DS is single responsibility principle. And today we're talking about this S letter, which stands for single responsibility principle, one of the most fundamental principles for the clean and maintainable code. So let's look at a real world sample and we will factor this together. So look at this sample that I have here in my screen. I have a generate. So I have this invoice service, no SRP. So we have this, like I said, no SRP, and we have this generation invoice. And this generation invoice, we receive an order, and this order it will need calculate the amount and need save to database and send an email to this customer uh, email. So here you can see that we are doing everything. Like we are the generation voice we need to calculate, send a mail, and save to database. So just a mock sample here. But think about that. Maybe we need to change this to save in more tables, maybe. Or this send the mail, we need to create another thing or send to a queue or move this code for something else. So that's the problem. Take a look in this class. It's called Invoice Service No SRP. And at first glance, it might seem fine, but we have all these problems. So it calculates the total amount, it saves the invoice to the database, and it sends the email to the customer. That's three reasons to change, which violates the single responsibility principle. And let's run this code to see what it does. So, can you see? Uh, it's easier if I came here. So here, I'm just creating an order and I'm pushing some kind of a mail. And this order have 10 plus 2, 10 plus 2, 5, so 45. And I'll have here, so I have calculating the amount, saving the database, and I have the message client mail with total 45 and send the mail to this client sample with 45 US. So far, it works. But what happens uh, when the way we send the mails change, or if we need to save in different type of database? This class would keep growing, and testing it would get harder. So let's refact this in order to use the single responsibility principle. So let's do this together. Let's close here. So first of all, I think we need an invoice calculator. So here, uh, invoice calculator. All right, I like this way. Public key. So I have the calculate total. Uh, calculate total. Oh, it helps. Uh, General. So I have this calculate total amount, and I have order item sum price plus quantity, and this is okay. Let's save this. Now let's create the invoice repository. So invoice. repository. All right. Let's change this Hadouken code. Invoice repository. And this is just a message. Save to the database. I have an order and the total. This order came from general. So save the database and total. It's fine here. And now the third one. If I came here in the sample, actually no SRP, we are calculating, we are saving the database, and we are sending the mail. So now we need to create the email service. Could use this email service, and I have this. Hmm, almost this. I don't need everything sending the mail to. Let's copy here email and total string email and the small total. Pretty simple. That's it. Now we have everything. Now we need to create our invoice service, the real invoice service. So we have not implemented it, not yet. But what do we need to do? So we need, first of all, we need a private key, private read invoice calculator. Yeah, it works. Private read-only email service. It works, but this is the third one. And private calculator database service. No, this is invoice repository. Oops. Invoice repository. All right. And here we need those three guys. I have this, not this. So I have a constructor and need this. This. Now, all right, invoice calculator, invoice repository, invoice mail service. All right, and here we have the same generate invoice that we have here, generate invoice, receiving an order. So generate invoice, now we have var total with this invoice calculator, and then we have save database, and then we have the mail service, customer mail, and total. And that's it. Now, of course, it's just a sample. We need to create those services here. But if it was a real road, this is we use this by injection. But we'll talk about that later. So let's go here to our sample, SRP sample. I have this execute SRP. So I have this mail service. So now I need to create those three guys. Invoice repository mail service. I need these three guys. Almost this. Now I need the calculator, repo, and mail. And that's it. Let's run. Let's see if it works. Let me see if we have something wrong here. And let's play together. So here in this SRP sample, I'm executing the execute with without SRP and execute with SRP. So I have two of them with the same order. Let's run. So I have the same result here. That's our goal. We have the same result, but now we have each class doing one thing. So same output, but now separate concerns. Each class is responsible for just one thing. That is the single responsibility principle in action. What does it matter? It keeps your class small and focused, makes testing easier, and prepares your code for growth and change. So I think in the next video, we'll move on to the O principle, open close principle. We will learn how to extend behavior without modifying existing code. Don't forget to like, share, drop a comment with your thoughts. Thanks for watching and see you next time.